Oh, this is what I said. This is what I mean. I love this. Ever since our breakfast, the roads haven't been the great. At the same time, so now everything is changed here. So if you really go back earlier, none of. So after that very sumptuous breakfast at Chennai restaurant, which was again referred by Mr. Chennai, Ramnath Chennai, he has some share in that. So if you're Ramnath Chennai's friend, you will get free food here. So I'll put his Instagram link here so you can contact him for free food. And yes, our man Sanjay Bhai is getting his all new GoPro set. So the battery was down. He's got the all new Neck 10. So he's been recording a lot of content. So just and then we've got a tiger getting into Chikmagalur jungle now. So that's the tiger. So that'll roar all the way to Chikmagalur jungles. Prasanna from Adyanadka and Ramnath's friend. So Ramnath has just got a new visor. Good. So let's ride. Time to kind of head towards our next destination, which would be Kotigehara. So guys, must try this place. I'm gonna put the link in the description if you want to come and check out Chennai restaurant. Very nice place for breakfast. So all set to go to Mudigere, which is our final destination for this day. Not final destination, that's our stay. We have couple of other plans. Nice water body here, good scenery. So yes, superb breakfast, superb, very hearty, very homely kind of a food. That's what you need, especially when you're on the ride. You don't want to eat too much of oily food, or you don't want to eat something which is too rich and make yourself uncomfortable while you're on a ride. Early mornings is okay when it's when the sun is not up, but then especially once the sun is up, you would want to definitely avoid eating any kind of oily food. Main reason is if you eat any kind of oily food when the sun is up, you start feeling uneasy. You could have a dizzy head, and basically it's an uneasy feeling that you have. So avoid eating any kind of oily food while you do rides or whatever. So depending upon from which part of the country you are, look at what's the best food that you can get. I'm from south. Idli is the most staple thing that you can have, which is non-oily. Similarly, from whichever area you guys are, I'm sure you know your food better there. So rather than me trying to suggest you what to eat. So now our next stop is going to be Kotigehara. Kotigehara is known for their neer dosas that used to be available 24 hours earlier, but then I don't think so it's available 24 hours anymore. I think only up till 10 in the night or something like that, 11 in the night they used to be they are open, and I think morning after 6 they are open, something like that. Earlier it used to be 24 hours, so you could go any time of the day or night, and you could be sure that you could eat. You could be sure that you can get some food, that is, if not anything, neer dosa. And a little trivia for people who don't know, the shops in Kotigehara never had doors, no doors at all. That was purely because it used to be open for 24 hours, so you didn't have any doors. Only now is that they have made doors because they closed the hotel, and that's the reason they've started having doors. Otherwise, not too long ago, couple of years back, till then they never used to have doors for their hotel, which is, I think, fantastic. But then whatever, due to new legal I don't know, some new rule or whatever it is, so they've stopped keeping the hotel open 24 hours. Ever since our breakfast, the roads haven't been the great. At the same time, the traffic also is not helping at all. And when you're riding in the town, or passing by small cities, the traffic is horrible. Plus, to add on to that is the roads. They're not the best of the roads, especially after riding the curve or taking the left from BC Road up till Kurvankere. The roads were fantastic, and after that you come to know the roads are like this, and at the same time you have like super terrible traffic. And you have certain people who just don't know how to follow road rules, and how to make sure that you can make this road safe and comfortable for everybody who's on the road in terms of driving or riding, but then they just don't use their brains. So now let's start inclining to Kotigehara. Just had a small break. Usually I don't take so many breaks. It's just that this time it's more of a leisure fun ride with friends, and just having a good time, enjoying the nature, stopping wherever possible, taking some pictures, talking to them, sharing some experience, chit chatting. So this is what we've been doing. So this is in fact in the last less than 80-90 kilometers, third time that we've stopped and just had a chit chat. So we were also waiting for Prasanna. Prasanna had just stopped to fuel up, so we had to wait for Prasanna as well. No, Prasanna has taken a lead ahead. So Prasanna is the person who was riding the Tiger. So he had to fuel up, so he took a deviation near Hujre, and we thought we had lost him for a while in terms of either he had overtook us or way too back, so we weren't sure. So we had to stop and regroup again, which we did. That's done. Now on our way. So I remember one of the time when I was riding from Mangalore to Bangalore. I had some urgent things, so I had to ride from Mangalore to Bangalore. I took the Chikmagalur road because the Shiradi Ghat was closed, so I had to go via Charmadi. And I reached Bangalore in about 5.5 hours. So I started early morning at about 5 o'clock, or I think it was 4 in the morning, and 9:30 sharp I was in Bangalore. So this is the kind of roads I normally prefer to ride, full twisty and windy. I have my own reasons why I like to ride in this scenario. What happens is, whenever you're riding in a twisty and windy roads, you are always alert, agile, and all your senses are sharp, because there's a curve coming in, you need to turn, you need to maneuver your body, there is some or the other kind of activity happening. So I normally love to ride in this kind of road, and I like highway as well, but after a certain point in time you get bored. There's not much happening, you're just accelerating and accelerating and accelerating. That's it. Then once you have these twisty and windy roads, you keep yourself very, very agile, very sharp, and the fun of tilting the bike is different. I mean, I love that. You tilt the bike, take onto the corners. That's a different adrenaline rush altogether. Oh, this is what I said. This is what I mean. I love this. And especially when you're riding a fade vehicle like this, Gixxer 250 SF, or any fade vehicle for that matter, sport vehicle, you would definitely love, because the handling of these motorcycles in the curve is spectacular. and this is when you can take the full potential of these motorcycles. So even the 310 RR is a dream machine to ride in such conditions. And how can I miss the R15, even the R15? So any fade vehicle for that matter you will love. And currently I'm just having a ball of a time on this Suzuki Gixxer SF. So there's the Tiger guy. Yeah. You just saw that idiot Innova guy coming just right head on. I mean, they don't understand or anticipate there's another person or a car coming right in front of you, and you can't come the extreme right hand side of your drive, but then they do. I mean, that is sad. So this is one of those rides where I'm taking probably the maximum number of breaks. I'm just taking one more break and having a good time. So it, like me and Prasanna had a common one phrase to talk, which was, it's all about the journey and not the destination. And he repeated that because this is something that I keep using, and when he repeated that I could completely relate to it. And Enkelna Sanjay Vaini full experiment avundarna pasa GoPro 10 So just look at the entire mountain ranges, and then the way the weather is. It's just that we want to stop, have a good chat. I've been telling you in my video as well, just having a good chit chat, enjoying, and that's how it is. Look at the entire mountain. And this is exactly the reason why I wanted to ride and kind of reclaim my life again. And you know, thanks to these people who've joined now. Ramnath, he's always been there. Prasanna, and then Sanjay Bhai. Let's go. One viewpoint done, many to go. I'll show you a diesel Royal Enfield a little ahead. I just crossed us. Let's wow. I mean, you can never ever get bored with this kind of view. This is the kind of view I'm ready to see every single day of my life for the rest of my life. So now the sun is kind of peaking. I especially like the canopies when you ride through such kind of terrain or roads. You have open road and suddenly you have this canopies. This is one of the most riskiest narrow roads. So we are almost reached Kotigehara. This is Kotigehara. So in this one single lane, either side you get Nirdosa. We will stop in one of these places and have some tea or coffee. So now everything is changed here. So if you really go back earlier, none of this shop had any of the doors because these were 24 hours open. But only now, because of the new officials and the new rules, they've changed it. Ramnath is ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಂಡ್ ರಾಮನಾಥ್ ಒಂದ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ರೆಕಮೆಂಡೇಶನ್. So coffee time at Kotigehara. So like I mentioned, the history behind this place used to be 24 hours. All the shops used to be open and none of the shops had doors. That was because they were open 24 hours. But now because Itte Mandir. But now they've made doors. Earlier there were no doors at all because it was open 24 hours. But now they close it. That's why they are not open like earlier.